We're joined in the studios this morning by Jennifer Wilder of the Greene County Partnership to talk about a lot of stuff for spring. And Jennifer, you come each year and talk to us about things about this time of year, and it's hard to imagine that spring's coming, but
hopefully
it'll be here. If not in our hearts, at least on the calendar in a little over a month. But it's jonquils are starting to come up. My daffodils have come up. They're about like that. There's a little green here and there. The green onions will sprout. So there are signs that winter's going to break before too long. So what have you got? What have you got coming up?
Well, next month starts the Great American Cleanup, and it's a 3-month cleanup effort from March until May, and we hold this every year. Last year it was really altered because of the start of this pandemic, but we're hoping that we're on the downhill spiral with this, and if it will ever get warmer weather. I know it's just February, but we are really encouraging people because of the winter time and nobody wants to get out.
Yeah.
There's trash everywhere. Yep. So these 3 months are when we're really pushing like a spring cleanup of our county. And we're just asking individuals, churches, Rutan groups to go out and, safely, because it is outdoors, so you can wear your mask but just to help us pick up litter, right. Because we do have an inmate crew that goes out that I've talked about in the past, but that's only a few guys, but it's 5 days a week, and our county's so large that they just, time they finish one end of the county and go to the next, it's already littered, unfortunately. So we really do need volunteers to help with that. I have free trash bags and supplies for people that would be interested. We're going to designate the first weekend in May 1st and 2nd is Clean Up Green Weekend. We give a prize to the group that collects the most garbage or individual that collects the most, just as a kind of little friendly competition to help us clean up.
You lost my train of thought.
Trash.
No, I know what it was. You were talking about the supplies that you give. You give trash bags for people?
Yes, we have plenty of trash bags, so I can provide those. We have some latex gloves, and then we do have safety vests that can be borrowed for safety. A lot of people are worried about that. But we have safety vests that I can lend out, and the groups can bring back when they're finished with their cleanup.
And they just dispose of the bags on their own at the convenience centers?
If that is the idea. In the city, the street department is pretty good about picking them up, but the county's so large that solid waste cannot do that with all they have going on. So if it's in the city and you can't take it off, yes, definitely we can get that scheduled if you leave your bags in one area. But if you're in the county, it's a little harder. So if you could take those to a convenience center when you're finished with your pickup.
I always ask, not that it's necessarily a part of that, but it ties in well to it. People can sponsor stretches of roads. That, to me, that always catches my eye. I always see the sign that the Horse Creek Rutan is, this is the stretch is maintained by them. How do people go about doing that?
Well, thank you for bringing that up. I do have an Adopt a Road program, and TDOT, the Tennessee Department of Highway and Transportation, they have Adopt a Highway, but more people feel a little nervous about the highway, so we do have an Adopt a Road program. So what it consists of is individuals or groups can adopt a section of the road. It's usually a 2-mile stretch, and it can be down 1 mile and back. And we again provide the supplies, and Keep Green Beautiful pays for a sign that has your group or individual name on it, and Keep Green Beautiful and Adopt a Road program. It's good promotion for the program, and if you're a new adoptee, we put your picture in the paper for promotion that you're, helping Keep Green Beautiful and the program.
If every church in the county or every civic group or thing like that, imagine how much better it would look. Yeah. So if they're interested in that, they can contact you at the partnership. You didn't mention this. I'm going to ask you, the yard of the month, do you know if you've got that planned for again this year? We
got a little late start last year, so I think we didn't award the first one until June, but we're planning on starting April, May, when yards start getting better and things are growing.
Yeah.
We will do the yard of the month. We did that last year, so we awarded one winner a month during the summer, and it was a $50 Broyles gift card. So that was nice and we just had judges that went around, and you had to nominate someone, so we will do that. And then thank you, Radio Greeneville did great promotion about putting that on Channel 18 and on the Facebook page to award the winners and tell about the program.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. Who wrote that? Do you know?
Dr. Seuss?
No, Joyce Kilmer.
Joyce Kilmer.
A tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Okay?
You're showing me up.
Well, we were taught, Ray, it's funny you mentioned today, and that's why I read it again. We read it last hour because Ray was talking something about trees and something that somebody else said, and Joyce Kilmer wrote that poem. And you come in today and you say, hey, I want to talk to you also. In addition to all your things, you want to talk about Tree Day. Tell us what Tree Day is.
There's Tennessee Tree Day, and Keep Green Beautiful. The Big Spring Master Gardeners is the one that's organized this event. But each county, in each 95 counties, they're urging people to order trees. You can get free trees, but it's bare root seedlings. In the past, they have given those for free, but they're just asking a donation of $1.99 per tree. But it is, Arbor Day is coming up this spring. We have Tennessee Arbor Day and then National Arbor Day. Then we have Earth Day. So a lot of things coming up that you can plant trees. They're just suggesting you plant these in your yard. But it's March 20th, and the weekend of the 19th and 20th of March, and that's when you can pick them up. You do need to go online to order them. So if you will just type in Tennessee Tree Day, you can pick our county. The site to pick them up will be at the Research and Education Center on East Allen's Bridge Road. But on the 19th and 20th, which is a Friday and Saturday, once you have ordered your trees, you can pick them up there from 10 to 2, but you do have to pre-order. You can't just show up that day and get some trees. But
do you know, and I don't mean to, do you know what kind of trees you get? Sometimes they give an assortment, and I don't know if you can't.
It does say this is the native species available are bald cypress, eastern redbud, northern red oak, white oak, shortleaf pine, red mulberry, sweet gum, tulip poplar, wild plum, and buttonbush, which I've never heard of buttonbush.
Well, I was looking here at the picture of the buttonbush. It's a pretty little something. It's a little bush, and the little flowers on it, you know what they look like?
Buttons.
They look like buttons. So you call it a buttonbush. It grows 6 to 12 feet tall. I know they've done that in the past, and the seedlings, I think, are just, maybe a foot tall. And
I think it was about 3-4 years ago. The Greeneville Public Works and Brad Peters organized this tree day, and those were free that year, but they're having to charge this year. But we handed out. Brad did all the organizing and separating of it was quite a chore. And then he and I distributed them one Saturday at Public Works. People could come by and pick them up. So we have done this before, but the Big Spring Master Gardeners is doing it this time, and I'm just kind of trying to help that out and making people aware if they would like some trees. It says the bare root seedlings will look like. There's a photo on the website, and they may range in size from 1 foot to 3 feet, depending on the species.
Yeah.
So they're just little small.
Just dig a hole and put them out. Mm-hmm. Granddaddy always said you dig a $10 hole for a $5 tree. Make the hole big enough, and the tree will do good. Yeah, it's got to have a big hole. So the other thing in spring, and nobody knows for sure how this year is going to be. Certainly, as you said, things seem to be improving as far as the pandemic goes. The Iris Festival couldn't have that last year, but hopes are high that it can be held this year in some way, shape, or form. When is that normally?
We always hold it the third weekend in May, so plans are on now to hold it. But we'll have to do, obviously, more space in between booths, and it'll look a little different. But it's May 15th and 16th. Unless something changes, we are planning on holding the Iris Festival this year.
We'll certainly talk more about that as that gets closer. And you also, in the spring, usually have your electronic recycling. You had to postpone that last year to the fall, so you're going to do that again this year, hold it later in the year?
Yes, I think for 5 to 7 years, we've always held it that first Friday in May. Last year, we kept moving it, so we moved it to August last year, and we had a new location, which was the Greene County Fairgrounds. So this year, we're going to shoot for September, October, maybe even August. We thought it'd be better just to wait a little later, even though that's a drop-off event, and we held it last August, but instead of holding it this spring, give it a little more time with the virus, and hopefully it'll continue to get better. But we'll announce a date later for the electronics. You can take your electronics to the convenience center, so lots of businesses take advantage of the one that I organize. But you don't have to hold your electronics till that one collection. A lot of people don't like to do that, especially if they get in the spring cleaning mode. So you can take your electronics to the Greene County Convenience Centers. They have an electronics bin. And a lot of people don't know that they can do that, and they think they have to hold them. Well, also, everybody's familiar with the hazardous household collection, and we couldn't have it last year. So the scheduled date for it this year is November 13th. So if you have some hazardous materials, I know that's several months away, but just to kind of give you an idea, and a lot of this information is on the Greene County Partnership's website, Keep Green Beautiful.
And you're also going to come back and talk about that as you get closer to those things, too.
I'll come back every month.
That's fine.
People may not want to hear it.
Well, that's what we do here. But, what you're talking about today, I'm ready for spring. So if we can talk about getting outside and cleaning things up, if we can keep our eye on that, then that's something to be positive about. Also, youth leadership. You wanted to mention your youth leadership program.
In addition to Keep Green Beautiful, I do the youth and adult leadership program. And youth leadership applications are available right now. They're due April 15th. So this is for upcoming junior and senior, usually. They do have to apply. All the guidance offices have received an email, and they're helping me promote it. But the application's real simple. It's really a back and front for the student, and then they get 2 references. But if you'd like to know more about the program, you can contact me. You meet 1 day a month during school. They're excused from school. It's not counted against them. And they do have to apply because we only can take a certain amount for bus transportation. But please contact me at the partnership if you might have a high schooler interested. We do look at their grades and their volunteering and their school activities. That's what's on the application. Another program I also have is called Youth Council, and it's just a sign-up program to obtain volunteer hours. So if you really need to get some volunteer hours in, there's a fee of $50 for both of these programs, but you get a program shirt, program materials, you get things for the $50. These programs are really good for letters of recommendation for scholarships.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where your benefits come in, and volunteer hours are required for the Tennessee Promise. Yeah,
So the Youth Council, you don't have to apply. You just call and let me know you're interested. It gets started about the end of July or 1st of August. It runs a school year. 9th grade through 12th grade can participate in that, just any high school age. But I provide events based on the community contacting me and letting me know. We've helped with all kinds of things over the years, but or they can get hours on their own and add to the hours that are required. So it's 2 really great programs, but just give me a call or check on our website, greenecountypartnership.com, for more information, and I'll be glad to help you out.
Or call Jennifer at the partnership at 638-4111. She'll also tell you what the state tree of Tennessee is. Do you know what it is?
Tulip poplar.
Yeah, very good. It is the tulip poplar.
If I've been in this job 16 years and don't know that, I'm in trouble.
What's the state flower? Iris. It's iris, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is. And the mockingbird's the state bird. It'll be your assignment to find out next time.
I'm going to have to really do my trivia studying before I come back.
So the Great American Cleanup coming up, youth leadership, as Jennifer said. If you need more information on that, you can call the partnership at 638-4111. When do you do your golf tournament?
Normally it is spring, but I'm moving it to August as well.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 638-4111 and greenecountypartnership.com is the webpage for more information on any of those programs. Thank you, Jennifer. Come back again. Jennifer Wilder of the Greene County Partnership.